One night I broke into the studio to try this alternative chord pattern because that was one particular one I just couldn't come to terms with the way it was. And I just did it as an alternative. I put this Telecaster on, playing these other chords, and pulled out all the other stuff. And everybody else arrived and heard it as this new thing with like the same tune but different chords. And they all loved it. That was great, Roy. Nice stuff there.
I put all I had into the project, but it's the other guys had visions of what I should sound like or what I should sing and things like that. So we didn't question each other. We just went right ahead.
I tell you, I love to hear all these guys sing so much that it was just for me. I could have just sat there and listened, really.
I think the tune on that one was, you know, we worked out the tune straight off, you know, together. But Bob basically had the idea for that. Congratulations.
Congratulations for breaking my heart. Congratulations for tearing it all apart.
The difference was the rest of us had more time, but Bob had to go on the road, and we knew he couldn't come over and do any more vocals again, so we had to get his vocals immediately.
For leaving me in need. This morning I looked out my window and found a bluebird singing, but there was no one around. At night I lay alone in my bed with the image of you going around in my head.
One of the most amazing things ever about the Wilburys was this poles apart thing of Roy and Bob Dylan. That's what I thought was wonderful, the best singer and the best lyricist, and both in the same group.
I'm sorrow bound. Congratulations, you got a good deal. Congratulations, how good you must feel.
I think my least favorite thing was having to go on tour while the album was getting started. I couldn't wait to get back.
I was really looking forward to getting down and making them into records, you know, all these tracks, what we could do on different songs, and we were so into it. George was so keen on the Wilburys, and so was I. I loved every minute of it. It was just beyond your wildest dreams. We had ideas for him, talking about it on the plane as we were flying over from LA to London, and took him back to England, to George's studio. And to me, that's the most fun part. You just sort of throw them all up in the air and see which one you want to start with. But he's knocking them out of, out of these rough loads of guitars, all banging away, and making a nice piece out of it.
It's a bit jazzy. Do you want to listen to it?
Well, just press record on that.
Yeah, it was brilliant, the first part. Brilliant. Hi, Tom. Welcome to England.
I think, well, George actually came up with the idea for it, like the main chord sequence, and we all contributed words to it. But George came up with the initial idea of it. And we tried to do something different and have like a nice film of just playing, playing and all nice shots of guitars and heads and feet and stuff.
You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring, waiting for someone to tell you everything. sit around and wonder what tomorrow will bring. Maybe a diamond ring.
It worked. It's a really nice video. I'm really pleased with it because it's got a lot of quality photography.
Well, you never got bored on one of those shoots because we'd hang out in dressing rooms or in a Winnebago or a trailer or whatever. And a lot of times the guitars would come out and be singing and laughing and jokes. You know, a shoot can be pretty long sometimes. Those video shoots can be 12, 15 hours. And I don't remember ever getting tired or bored. And with a ringleader like George, you're never really going to stop. And I think that's probably what elated George the most, was that his idea was working. It's not only all the fun he'd wanted to have, it was coming out really good. Roy went out on top, and I'm sure he knew that. The last conversation I had with him was a couple of days before he died on the phone, and he was just so thrilled that the Wilburys had gone platinum, and he was just, isn't it great? It's great. We all felt that Roy was a real special part of the group, and it was just our ace in the hole to have that voice come in. And he was so nice, you know, and it was so painful when he died.
Roy would have liked us to have continued to do The End of the Line. You know, it's a very optimistic song, and I mean, we love Roy. Life flows on within you and without you, and he's around, you know, in his astral body. He'll be cool.
Well, it's all right, even when push comes to shove. Well, it's all right, if you got someone to love. Well, it's all right, everything will work out fine. Well, it's all right, we're going to the end of the line.
The whole experience was just some of the best days of my life, really.
She wrote a long letter,
And I think it probably was for us all.
on a short piece of paper.
The thing I guess would be hardest for people to understand is what good friends we were. It really had very little to do with combining a bunch of famous people. It was a bunch of friends that just happened to be really good at making music.
Being beat up and battered around, being sent up and I've been shut down. You're the best thing that I've ever found. Handle me with care.
None of this would have happened without him. It was George's band. It was always George's band. And it was a dream he'd had for a long time.
From my point of view, I just tried to preserve our relationship. I worked so hard to make sure that, you know, all the guys who were in that band and consequently on record and film, their friendship wasn't abused. Just to preserve our friendship. That was the underlying contribution, I think, what I was trying to do.
It was wonderful to see all these professionals just do their thing, you know. And it was a learning experience for me. So the doing of the album, that was my greatest time.
I was looking at it from, like, out of the Wilburys. I was looking at it like, wow, look at all these people together. This would be great.
Well, it's alright, riding around in the breeze. Well, it's alright, if you live the life you please. Well, it's alright, doing the best you can. Well, it's alright, as long as you lend a hand. You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring, waiting for someone to tell you everything. Sit around and wonder what tomorrow will bring. Maybe a diamond ring. Well, it's alright, even if they say you're wrong. Well, it's alright, sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright, as long as you got somewhere to lay. Well, it's alright, every day is Judgment Day. Maybe somewhere down the road away, the end of the line, you'll think of me and wonder where I am these days. At the end of the line, maybe somewhere down the road when somebody plays at the end of the line, the Purple Haze. Well, it's alright, even when push comes to shove. Well, it's alright, if you got someone to love. Well, it's alright, everything will work out fine. Well, it's alright, we're going to the end of the line. Don't have to be ashamed of the car I drive. I'm just glad to be here, happy to be alive. And it don't matter if you're by my side, I'm satisfied. Well, it's alright, even if you're old and gray. Well, it's alright, you still got something to say. Well, it's alright, remember to live and let live. Well, it's alright, the best you can do is forgive. Well, it's alright, riding around on the breeze. Well, it's alright, if you live the life you please. Well, it's alright, even if the sun don't shine. Well, it's alright, we're going to the end of the line. You put your hand on your head, put your foot in the air, then you hop around the room in your underwear. There ain't never been nothing quite like this. Come on, baby, it's the Wilburys twist. Lift your other foot up, fall on your ass, get back up, put your teeth in the glass. Ain't never been nothing quite like this. It's a magical thing called the Wilburys twist. Roll up your rug, dust your broom, ball of jack, howl at the moon. Ain't never been nothing quite like this. Everybody's talking about the Wilburys twist.